What's up, everybody? Welcome to the RECOOP. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Wednesday, April 23rd. Good morning. Good morning to most of you. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I was sitting there, laying there, thinking, why don't you just go do the show? You're awake, dude. You're reading about Solana slashing and Cardano governance, Algorand governance. What am I doing? Why am I paying so much attention to this shit? I don't know. What's going on? How are you guys doing? Let's look at some green. It's a good day. It's a good day. You know, Donald Trump says, oh man, fucking Jay Powell's a dumb bitch. And then the market's like, what? But Bitcoin's like, nah, we're good, man. And then Donald Trump the next day is like, oh, Jay Powell's gonna stay. And then the market's like, yeah, he's a dumb bitch, but he's gonna stay. We live in a weird world, folks. Do you think that this is sustainable? Do you think that the market is going to continue to rip in this environment? Maybe, because it didn't feel like it should have been a bear market. Do bear markets ever feel like they should be a bear market? Didn't feel like we just didn't really have that bull market after the bear market. It felt like Bitcoin obviously has been up, but still. And then all of a sudden, everything started crashing because of it was kind of self-inflicted, is my point. So I guess a self-inflicted bear market can be quick. Because if it's true, even though all the news reports say that he indeed has not spoken with China, and China said, we're not going to speak to him until he just removes the tariffs. So is that what he's going to do? Is it just, never mind? This is getting bad. I hope that's not the case. I'm sure that they will come to the table because obviously they need us too. Folks, what's going on? I did read an interesting thing from a dude named Simon Dixon. You guys all know him. A lot of you may have learned about him during the Celsius debacle. I think he led that charge. He's a Bitcoiner. He's a pretty smart guy. And something that he has been talking about on his feed is essentially the idea that the United States is intentionally stepping down from being the global superpower. And that is what is, in fact, going to stop World War III from happening. We're going to become more insular over here, try to build more things over here, focus on the Americas more, and the United States of America specifically. I mean, that's a optimistic, I guess, look. The United States gracefully taking a step back because the war machine didn't yield the results that they wanted. Anyways, what am I talking about? It's early. Why am I trying to talk about these things this early? Anybody in the chat? How are you guys doing? Anybody here? Whoa, look at you, fisherman. I got waxed. Oh, yeah. Look at me, man. Got a haircut. Little of the stubble's coming back, but yeah, it's a whole face. It's a big look at me. When I look at myself, I just see a lot of face. So much face. Good morning, GM Coop. It's been a while. What's up, Samino? Nice to see you, man. Seems like the mornings are better for you then, maybe. All right. Well, look, folks, we're not normally on at this time. We've been going on later. It's kind of fun being on at this time. Remember, I used to do this every day. Stock market just opened. Let's see what the futures were beautiful. Let's see what happens when the market had actually opened. Let's go check it out. Let's go to CNBC real quick. Check it out. Yeah, it's looking good, folks. Let me see. Put me in the corner here. There we go. All right. So the Dow's up almost 1,000 points, up 2.5%. The S&P 500 is up 3%, and NASDAQ is up, outperforming them all, up nearly 4%. So they really like the news that there could potentially be a China-U.S. tariff solution and that Trump is not going to fire Jerome Powell. I bet you gold's down. Oil's down a little bit. Let's see what gold's at. Yeah. Gold is down. Oh, that'll be fun to look at that Bitcoin gold chart today for all of us people I'm exposed to both Bitcoin and gold. I love gold, actually, but I wasn't buying it at 3,500. But I have more Bitcoin than I do gold. That's for sure. Silver down too. Silver can't really catch a break. It's not catching the rip, and it's going down when it's following gold in a shitty way. Copper likes the happy market. All right, we'll look at crypto on a more crypto site. But I am curious how high has Bitcoin got? Dow rallies 900 points after Trump's softened stance on Powell China tariffs. Ba-do-do-do. IMF forecast U.S. fiscal deficit will dip in 2025 thanks to higher tariff revenue. The news that they're going to start squeezing defaulted student loan borrowers. Now, if you're out there with your student loans and you're in a tizzy and you're in a panic and you feel like you're about to become a homeless person, this is for defaulted student loan borrowers. So there's that. So if you have been in a repayment plan of some sort or a deferment of some sort, you don't have to immediately worry. The person that has to worry the most is JD Vance. Because if too many people become homeless and lose everything that they hold dear, and everybody becomes dejected, and the wealth divide continues to grow, he's probably not getting elected in a few years. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying we'll see how it goes. Third point, Dan Loeb says he's sold out of nearly all of his Magnificent Seven holdings. Man, when you start reading this, it feels like when they start pumping this. I was watching CNBC for about 20 minutes yesterday, and the market was ripping, and these people looked like they had seen a ghost. It didn't make sense to them. They were short. And I've been through this enough times to wonder, when you start reading articles like that or headlines like that, it's like, oh shit, they want us to sell. They want us to sell this because this thing's about to really, this happened in COVID. It happened before that. Anyways, good luck, everybody. I have no fucking idea. But, that's why you just kind of buy when it goes down, and you use self-restraint when it's ripping and let it settle down a little bit. You might miss it, but if you were buying when it was on the way down, you're good, baby. Stop being so afraid at everything. I posted about this yesterday. If you're afraid to buy when it's going down and you're afraid not to buy when it's going up, you're going to just be FOMOing until the end of your life, and you're going to lose money, and you're going to stop doing this, and you're going to work a 9-to-5 with a 401k, health insurance, and you're probably going to have a happy wife. You'll build a fence in your backyard. Everybody will be happy. But if you buy the dip, be more like me. Just kidding. I just don't sell anything because I'm a fucking savage. I have this big idea that things are going to get amazing. Oh, bro. Fucking Lord help me. It's too early for me to be doing the show. I'm just going to say anything and everything. Start fucking airing my dirty laundry. Tesla reported yesterday, and it went up, which was so funny. And it's based on all of this bullshit. It's all narrative. The market is owned by Donald Trump, and to a lesser extent, no, it's Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with fucking Elon Musk. It is owned by Donald Trump. Elon Musk, doesn't matter that revenue's down 20%. Elon Musk said that he's going to walk away from doing all this work in the government next month. And then the stock ripped. They're like, oh, thank God. But you think that all the liberals that are never buying a Tesla because he's walking away from they're going to go, oh, now it's no longer shameful. No, they've moved on. They're buying Volvo EVs and they're buying Rivians and shit. And they're not going to look at the politics of any of those people because they just cannot be seen in a Tesla anymore. But then you're going to say, well, robo taxis, bro. Okay, man. Okay. Robots. Now that's true. Especially if we're going to bring all this manufacturing to the United States, we're going to need those robots. All right, let's keep on going. Robots will work for cheap. Did you see that Howard Lutnick's son, because Howard Lutnick had to step away, I guess, to be the Secretary of Commerce, is doing a SPAC, a MicroStrategy Light SPAC, and SoftBank, Tether, and I don't know, maybe themselves, I forget, but they're all chipping in at $3 billion worth of Bitcoin, and they're going to copy basically MicroStrategy. There's going to be so much unbelievable buying of Bitcoin. I hope your bags are packed. My bags don't feel as packed as I want. You're never going to feel like you bought enough when it was down. You're never going to feel that. Because if you have any sort of risk, if you're cautious with your risk at all, you're going to keep cash. You're not going to just go all in on a dip and then sell perfectly, buy perfectly, sell perfectly. No, all you can do is DCA, and when it rips, you're going to feel like shit. I feel like I was at 82. I was like, I could throw another $1,000 at Bitcoin, But it's hard buying up here. When you were buying down there, it's hard buying up here. You know what I mean? So, I did buy another $1,000 at 84, but that was 2 months ago. Whatever. You just throw money at it, and hopefully it doesn't burn. Sorry, I'm rambling. All right, let's get off CNBC. What the fuck, guys? Why are we spending so much time on CNBC? Let's go to Bloomberg instead. Okay. Trump floats substantial China tariff cuts in trade deal. Trump says he plans to be very nice to China in any trade talks, and that tariffs will drop if the two countries can reach a deal. World leaders from China to EU hold climate meeting without the U.S. S&P 500 jumps nearly 3% as Trump plays nice with China and Powell. So now that Trump played tough with China responds, look at this fucking dickhead. Now Trump is playing nice and the market pumps. What if China doesn't move? What if China is just nah, fuck you, bro. You started it. Is that when the market goes back down? Here we go. See, they're trying to pump up the new EVs. Which ones are the ones? As Tesla falters, these new EVs are picking up the pace. What U.S. EVs are any good? The Mustang, right? The Mustang looks kind of cool. What else? Other than Tesla. The Polestar, that's the Volvo, right? I think Polestar's Volvo. The Porsche is so fucking expensive. But a lot of these, certainly in this city. Okay, nothing against Elon, but those vehicles have been out for so long. Meanwhile, this thing is new, it's innovative. On this Polestar. I looked at Polestar. Just before, just out of a curiosity. They had a sale or whatever. Okay, get off of this. Nobody cares. U.S. banks ride out market turmoil thanks to capital buildup they opposed. Now, banks are making a ton of money trading this volatility, but you got the news of Circle. I feel like stable coins are going to really hurt banks. Musk to refocus on Tesla after its worst quarter in years. Challenging the central bank's independence poses enormous economic risks. I guess that that got to Trump, and he was like, all right, fine. All right. That's all good. Nintendo says demand for Switch 2 in Japan is overwhelming. Unfortunately, well, actually, I have a 2-3-year-old son. I might need to get and then a baby. So I might need to get a Switch 2. I want it for Mario Kart. All right, let's go to the block. Binance South Africa to require information on senders and recipients for local compliance. Oh, look at it. It's kind of cooling off, I guess. Is it? Well, ETH is back down below 1,800. Hex founder Richard Hart declares SEC lost and crypto won as regular drops fraud suit. Uh-oh. Spot Bitcoin ETF see 936 million inflows as safe haven narrative strengthens. As this narrative kind of builds and it's considered a safe haven akin to gold, but also has the growth potential of a tech stock that could really go parabolic, folks. With the dollar weakening, is the dollar still weakening? We're going to look at that in a second. All right, Dan. This is all good news for us idiots that hold these assets. Let's see. It's another thing about trying to trade this market. When Donald Trump has such a grip on the markets, he really can just say whatever he feels like it to move it. Eventually, he may lose that power. But at this moment, he's been so extreme in a lot of different ways that the market is going to move. We got gold under 3,300. So it's moving. But then Bitcoin or silver is actually moving up. Okay. Can content coins avoid speculative destruction? Content coins. What the fuck are content coins? Is this not refreshed? This seems old. Okay. Go to decrypt real quick then. There was nothing good there. What do they think? Oh, this is what I mentioned earlier. Cantor teams with SoftBank, Tether, and Bitfinex, which I think Tether and Bitfinex are the same thing, aren't they? To launch 21 Capital eyes $3 billion Bitcoin acquisition. We're at CoinDesk. Tesla reports 951 million in crypto holdings as it misses earnings. Tesla does not seem to have sold any digital assets in the last quarter. Tesla holds nearly $1 billion in Bitcoin. The Financial Accounting Standards Board now requires digital assets to be marked to market quarterly. Tesla's first quarter revenue was 19.34 billion, falling short of analysts' expectations. We already read all that shit. Okay. I guess we'll look at CoinMarketCap. Let's look at prices. Fear and greed. We're neutral. We're in the 52, so we're starting to get to greedy. Bitcoin has passed Google to become the 5th largest asset in the world. SWI is going fucking parabolic. Bitcoin is actually ticking down in the last hour. So since the market opened, it is cooling off. Volume is nice. Volume on ETH is also nice. We're looking at nearly 60 billion volume on Bitcoin and nearly 30 billion on ETH. XRP actually underperforming Bitcoin and ETH in the last week. Solana feels good, up 21%, over $150. It might be centralized. It might go down frequently, but you guys seem to like it. Chainlink even 15. Okay, so crypto's ticking down a touch. But yeah, Chainlink's up 23.5% in the last 7 days. SWI is up 43% in the last 7 days. 25% in the last 24 hours. SWI. This is what happens. You can go SWI when the VCs are running the game, and the people in between that created the token have a massive war chest. They can play ball for sure. Avalanche at $22. I sold it at 20.5. Win everything on Monday. I bought some stuff at a cheaper price than it is today, though, so it was an okay trade. But that's what I mean. You can't, when the stock market was crashing and crypto was going up, I thought, okay, let's trim some stuff. Let's just, and it backfired. Sometimes you're not going to make the perfect calls. Polkadot's at 20. Up 16.5% in the last 7 days, 7% in the last, almost 8% in the last 24 hours. Over $4. Good to see. Volume is up. Pepe up 27%. Algo. VeChain, UFC supporter, sponsor. AJ Writes Crypto is an employee and a fan, known for their supply chain solutions. What the fuck are we doing? VeChain, known for their supply chain solutions, is at number 44. Okay, sorry. The Trump token is up. Where's the Algorand? Old Trumpy. Oh, there it is. Algorand. Up 21% in the last 7 days, 9% in the last 24 hours, nearly 2% in the last hour. Pretty good volume for Algorand. Not those DWF weekends we saw when it went up to like 60 cents, when it just during the Dino Renaissance. That was so obviously manipulated on weekends because it was low volume and they could pump the shit out of the price and wreck everybody that was short. There we go. Number 62, stacks on stacks on stacks, up 37% in the last 7 days. There you go. Back over $1 billion. If you think the world is going to just be built on Bitcoin, stacks is a good play. All right. Should we go to Vestige and see some ASAs? I like me some ASAs. How are they performing? Bunch of whatever in the on the top there. Marcus seems cool. That guy's been around for a while. Seems like a good guy. Bobo, Evis, our friend Evis, friend of the show. Big Bobo head, up 10%. All right, Tiny is up over 2.5 cents, but down against Algo after this pump. Polka Gold's still the number 3 ASA, according to what is this, TVL. Monko living above $1 million. KuCoin is for the gains, and the things you're going to get is knocking on the door of a $500,000 market cap again, over 2 cents. It's all gravy. Akita Kita's lost a lot of its TVL. Old fishy sticks climbing the board. And the OG, Definite, doing his thing. Man, Opal is 3 cents. Are they still doing anything? Anybody tracking Opulus? I know they moved to Arbitrum and they were doing some cross-chain stuff. Is there anything going on? Because 3 cents, that's sub, the KuCoin. When people were buying that thing on KuCoin many years ago, I think it was 5 cents. You were lucky to grab 5 cents. Then it got up to like $6. And then I made a video being like, fucking sell. Essentially, I try to be nice about it, but I was like, what are you people doing? You're holding it at $6? What are they even like? What the fuck? There's like 5% is circulating. But you got mad at me. I'm a fudster. You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. All right. Let's look at Bitcoin Gold. Because I know that's going to make us happy. Oh, shoot. Look at that. Look at that sexual beast. That is an erection if I've ever seen one. Up almost 4% in the last 24 hours. You will need to, if you want to go to your local Bitcoin dealer, you're going to have to throw 28.5 gold bars across that table in order for them to give you one digital coin, folks. Look at the cry, the tears. The tears of the traditional market guys. If you listen to Wolf of Wall Street's Mike McGloin, I don't know, or Peter Schiff. Let's do it that one. Those guys are like, wait, what? This doesn't make sense. How's the dollar? The dollar is strengthening a bit. It's up. People really are really just tracking old Trumpy. Still down a touch, but it got down into the 97s recently. It's an NFL mock draft. You guys don't need to look at that with me. I guess we could look at this real quick. They're shorting MicroStrategy. Strategy stock saw 150 million in failed trades in March, possible short squeeze indicator. High failed to deliver volume and high short interest suggests pressure is building beneath MSTR. More than 609,000 MSTR shares were with a notional value of over 180 million failed to settle in March, according to SEC and Fintel data. Daily failure to deliver data from Fintel shows multiple spikes in March with over 63 million in failed trades on March 26 alone, highlighting persistent settlement issues tied to short activity. That may be a sign a big move in either direction may be coming. Well, with Bitcoin price doing what Bitcoin price is doing, probably in the right direction, in the direction that most of us want. Riot Bitcoin miner secures a $100 million Bitcoin-backed credit line from Coinbase. The funds will be used for strategic initiatives and general corporate purposes, and cash drawn from the line will carry at least a 7.75% interest rate. Bitcoin miner Riot Platform secured a $100 million credit agreement with Coinbase Credit. The funding will be used for strategic initiatives and general corporate purposes. The loan has a variable interest rate of 7.75% annually, a term of 364 days, and is secured by only a portion of Riot's Bitcoin reserves. They do not have to issue new shares. This credit facility is a key part of our efforts to diversify sources of financing to support our operations and strategic growth initiatives with a view towards long-term stockholder value creation. All right. Whatever. You guys like that? There's some other stuff that we could look at, but we're not gonna. Like we could pull up on X. We can go to X real quick though. Why not? Ammo. Envoy. It keeps going up. They actually sent me some ammo to give away to you guys. Let's not do that today. But let's do it this week. I'm going to give away some ammo. So if you are interested in ammo, I'll give you some. Courtesy of Ice Age Trails, longtime supporter of the show, friend of the show, Algorand boy supporter, lover of life. He likes to fish. I don't know that about him. I just Ice Age Trails. I feel like he probably likes to fish. All right, why am I scrolling my notifications? I don't care, Richard Hart. Good job, though. Sherry from Sherryland says, in my opinion, the Cardano ADA community should come to Algorand. Algorand is everything the Cardano community once dreamed of. Do you dream of us, Cardano? Come to us. Your weird leader, Charles, is crashing out and seems to be looking for an exit. You've had governance for less than a year, and he's already saying, if you don't do it my way, we're leaving. And you all know what that means, that it dies. Which is probably a rough realization. You might say, no, it doesn't. It's decentralized. It will exist. The community is strong. Okay. We'll see. Algorand has its own problems, though, too. Frugal likes it. He likes that. He likes those green candles. There you go. Friend of Coop. Bitcoin is not a bubble. It's not a Ponzi. It's not a scam. It's simply a byproduct of a broken monetary system. As money supply goes up, so does Bitcoin. It's that simple. Yeah. As they print, as they debase, you can't fuck with Bitcoin. That's the whole reason it was created. Here it is. He's fighting back. I should work at a loss or for free forever. Fucking says the dickhead that has a private jet. So much time on his hands that he's like posting weird videos of ants biting him. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. So fucking rich on the backs of the Cardano community and their faith in him. So rich. Like painfully rich. Has a track record of being dishonest that goes longer than, I don't know, my track record of never mind. But he has completely and utterly made himself insanely rich from Cardano. And he's already within a year threatening to leave and saying he doesn't want to work for free. How about you work for the ADA token to go up? That will make you richer, bro. Or did you sell it all? I don't understand. Why don't you do some altruistic, what was SBF doing? Do some altruistic charities towards the community that made you a fucking multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever the fuck you are. This is such shitty energy. I can't imagine being a long time, years in the game, supporter of ADA, and all I had to read was the first sentence of this. With Steve Nash. What is he talking about? Number 12. Who's number 12? Never date any woman who has crystals in her room for anything, alleged related to energy. I don't know. It depends on your tolerance for that kind of mysticism, I suppose. I've met some they're usually kind of kooky. I mean, that's true. But I've met some very sweet, fun women that believe in crystals. Did LeBron confront him like he... Okay, I don't care. Okay. On April 5th, shorting Bitcoin could be the most profitable way to play this bear market. Oh, Alice, dear. Oh, buddy. Oh, you are fucking up your friends. This is one thing that I can say with a lot of conviction. You are a dumb fuck if you think that shorting Bitcoin is a good idea. It's not. I mean, unless it's part of a larger strategy where you're hedging and all of that, sure. But if you're just some Joe Schmo on the timeline and you follow Alistair and you're like, I'm going to do it. Because this is, what is it? What is it? It doesn't, what is it? Nothing. It's nothing. It's just thin air. This guy's right. I want to invest in, look, gold already does what Bitcoin does. That type of thinking is going to get you absolutely wrecked. There's a reason why that actor from Gotham City, what was his name? Ben Mendelsohn? I don't know. Does he still exist? Is his name Ben Mendelsohn? I don't know what his name is. Ben McKenzie? There's a reason why, maybe he does still talk about Bitcoin, but he lost a ton of fans and probably lost a ton of money. I remember him talking about his wife hating him for losing money shorting Bitcoin. Okay, Alexandru Stefan from the Polkadot community, one of a few that actually shows any support for me. I'm trying to talk about Polkadot. Jumped in post-launch, helped steer the madness. The community made it fly. Wood isn't stopping. We're just starting. Wood is a pretty good... If you're looking to get into memes on Polkadot, I would just do this one. Why am I just... Now you're basically just watching me scroll for another 5 minutes, and then I'll go. There she is. What does she do? Harvard Law graduate from Teddy from Good Luck Charlie. I don't care. Okay, let's read Simon. Simon does seem to be actually pretty smart. The hedge funds tip their hats to Trump, another profitable trade in the bag. Now they quietly reposition for the next asset stripping opportunity. Wall Street Journal reports U.S. tariffs on China may be slashed by 50% as expected. It's all theater. The so-called trade war, China won before the first shot was fired. The banks knew it all along. Trump worked for them, not you, and none of them are America first. Is that true? I know a lot of you don't think that's true. One thing that I do know is true is that a lot of the people in those bankers are not America first. They are make as much money and accumulate as much power first. It's us plebs that really believe in these things. It's kind of sad, actually. Take your pick. Vibe marketing or vibe coding? I'm not going to pick. I like Austin Reeves. He shares the same number as my son. So does Jokic, but I certainly have more hopes of my son playing like Austin Reeves than Jokic. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Look at that. Put him nice. I like that kid. The fact. Oh, hold on. I can't scroll past Austin Reeves and say the fact that Nico Harrison didn't get Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves for Luka Doncic is the crime of the century. What is he doing? They could have gotten everything from everybody, but he couldn't even get Austin Reeves along with a. Okay, I can't keep on doing that. I can't keep talking basketball. Look at fucking Jack Black, everybody. This man is hilarious. And look at those little legs. This gives all of you watching this show hope. You too can get a wife that looks at you like that. What are they doing? Look at her. Even when you're Jack Black, your wife will look at you like that. This is the reason why they're showing this, right? This guy. I don't even know who Kevin Gates is. He said some shit about LeBron's wife, but this guy looks terrible. Ugh. Who is he? Anyways. I don't know why. I just think that he looks awful. I don't like him. I like Jack Black better. Or this guy. Look at this guy. Why? That guy right there. Why am I just staring at these guys? Okay, stop it. If you're still watching, you have problems. Okay, I'm done. Let's look at the chat and then get out of here. She does have a nice ass, though. All right, let's go. Oh, shit. There I am. All right, folks, let's look at the chat and let's get out of here. You're glistening. Thank you. Do you rub a banana on your face after ice dunking? I don't actually. I do have lotion. I do lotion. Do you? I do need to. Could you please, if not? Do people rub bananas on their faces? What's up, Taco? Nice to see you. Ammo on boy. GM Coopsters. What's up, Ice Age? It's true. Read the thread. It's so good. Which one was it? Are we talking about the Charles one? Hey, Coop. Good afternoon from Edinburgh. Oh, man. I probably already told you this. But I remember I was in a short play a million years ago. And it was with this girl that went on to win a Tony, actually. And it was a really good play. It was a really good new play. And we were doing it. And we were bringing it to, we were accepted. We were bringing that thing to Edinburgh, the theater festival there. And then she got sick. We couldn't do it. Sucked. The Charles Red. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, we got to go to, we'll look at that and then go. Because I've been thinking about it so much. Charles Hoskinson. Okay, so there's that. Oh, I need to share. Sorry. All right, cool. We're in the game. All right, so this is a pixelated version of him getting bitten by ants. Dire wolf mode. King of the Rats. The fact that the media is going to protect the corporations because of dyes that are clearly bad for you is just shows you how dishonest so much of this shit is. Let there be good things happening. RFK Jr. getting rid of synthetic dyes and red number 5 or whatever the fuck is not your hill to die on. You should be like, that's actually cool. That's good. It's good that he's doing that. Dumb fucks. All right, hold on. We have to go to his replies. So Bob gets it. Bob seems a little mad. He's Cardano's administrative assistant, and Bob seems a little angry. Bob and I follow each other, actually. I didn't know that. And by the way, it's too fucking hypocritical to say you want decentralized governance and then threaten to call it quits if it doesn't go your way, you big baby. Okay, so this is where we were. Let's get into this. This is fun. Okay, we're gonna read this because I would read it by myself, so I'm gonna read it with you. Charles Hoskinson. I should work at a loss or free forever. Western devs with PhDs in high-cost jurisdictions aren't going to be RFP cost competitive with devs in India and Eastern Europe. We built for quality, not cost effectiveness. The proposal on the table is to have people with no knowledge about specialized software development, research, and formal methods Dunning-Kruger their way to competitive bids. It will result in us being priced out. My two options are to leave and repurpose the engineers to high growth work or to let them go and set up dev centers in the developing world. I like my employees and don't want to lay them off, so we'd stop development and move on. You know nothing about how much this costs, which is entire point. It's a vanity and popularity contest, not real engineering or science. So we should give a free pass and a blank check to anything concerning IoG development. Your argument is that specifically, you and your company shouldn't follow the same procedures as others. Look, man, if the community votes for it, I'll support it regardless because I'm not here for only when governance goes my way. You can rationalize your reasons for up and leaving if things don't go your way, but you are still up and leaving and that doesn't sit right. It's but a veiled threat and it's not appreciated. Unfortunately, whether you want to or not, you are an essential figure still, and we need you to elevate nascent governance discourse, not diminish it. What I'm saying is, can you please, for the love of God, stop acting like a bull in a china shop? Okay, but it's got to be here that our friend Fish is talking about. IOG received 2.4 billion ADA for Genesis to build out Cardano. I assume you agree that it has not been completed, specifically with scalability. If so, isn't it essential to verify how much ADA is left from Genesis meant to build Cardano before we further fund IOG? Cardano has been completed. The original contract expired in 2020. I've been working for free because I care about Cardano since 2020. He's been working for free for 5 years. Sometimes he has to fly first class. Seems like now is the time to find a corporate contract or partnership to help finance future development. Cardano needs utilization at this point, more so than it needs additional features that may or may not be used. You should show us how the ICO money was spent, 64 million BTC plus 2.4 billion ADA, before expecting the community to just accept IOG's proposals. Thus, midnight? In all sincerity, since when did prioritization of Western-based jobs in a global decentralized ecosystem become a priority? Your top DApp in the ecosystem, the one that processes over 70% of transactions, the one with the most TVL, is not built by Western devs with PhDs. This is not to say those devs are not worth their dime. It's to say overlooking hiring outside simply because it's not close to home is naive. Cost cutting and external talent hiring is a normal thing every business undertakes. Somebody says, "Oh, for fuck's sakes, just go do some stuff with Midnight, gaslight some more people, and move on with your life." Brutal. All right. This wasn't as good as you said, Fish. If you truly believe in the cause, yes, I'm out of the loop. You should walk away like Silvio did with Algorand. I mean, look, it's saying it in the comments. I am not somebody that has been following Cardano ultra closely. I'm a fan of the community. I think that they are like a good example for how you do this on crypto Twitter, and they clearly have like a lot of faith in Charles and in Cardano and the principles and everything that that they sell over there. But it's hard not to just think, dude, you are so wealthy, you could fund IOG. Why don't you take some of that fiat, market buy a ton of ADA, and then go do excellent work, and then it will go up. So you market buy a ton of ADA. Everybody sees that and is like, holy shit, Charles isn't threatening to leave. He's threatening to go all in. You're still, even if market buying a ton of ADA fails, you're still going to be way too wealthy. So no risk. Use that market bought ADA to pay some people, I suppose, if you want. But just do the work that will make that ADA go up in price. It will, just by you doing that purchase. It will. And then if you actually do the work and do all the things and stop bitching and threatening them, your community that is giving you everything, then there's going to be a positive incentive loop. What it looks like now is you're looking for a way out. You don't want to do it anymore. You're capitulating. You're like, oh, okay, we'll be a Bitcoin. We'll be better than Stacks. And then I'm going to go build something else. Thank you so much, everybody. That's what it looks like. Oh, brother. Good luck, guys. Good luck. All right. Stop sharing. I think Fisherman just wanted me to talk about that. All right, folks. Hey, well, it's been fun. It's been a good time. I think we've all enjoyed ourselves. Maybe I'll do this again. If I wake up early, I'll just come down here and do it in the morning. We did it. We spent an hour together in the morning. Now you can go on with your day and follow me on Twitter, please. Follow me on Twitter. All right. Like these things. Head over to YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Like that thing. Let's get this going. I am, obviously right now we've been back at this yesterday. I didn't do the show because there was insane, I meant to tweet about it and I never did, but there was insane construction outside of my house. And I don't know if that's going to be back today. So it's good that I did this in the morning, but it was so loud and there was no chance I was going to be able to do this peacefully. But eventually I think that I might take this format that I've been doing with the stream and start recording and more focusing these videos and having probably less live streams and more edited, curated posts. I think that that's probably where I'm going to find more success. But as in the meantime of me doing that, I'm just going to continue doing this. So I continue to hone my voice and, continue to stay engaged and build an audience and all that. But I do think that the sweet spot is taking this format, maybe adding another camera and, planning out the videos a little more, hyper focusing, tutorials, interviews, things like that. I think that that's probably where this needs to go. But like I said, in the meantime, we're going to hang out and do it like this. And that's that. All right, folks. Well, It's been fun. I appreciate you guys. Coop, it's so early. You missed 30 minutes. I know. I came super early, man. But thanks for showing up anyways. And we got football transfer gossip. I need to get more into soccer, football, especially that the World Cup is coming. Yeah. They're building the FIFA video game, the crypto game on Mythos or on the Mythical Labs thing that's built on Polkadot. And then you got the FIFA NFTs on Algorand. Everybody, they threaten to go everywhere else, but then they realize, well, we already have this infrastructure over at Algorand, and it's really cheap and easy to use. So let's just stay there, it seems like. Hopefully. A lot of NFTs, a lot of moments. You can buy tickets to FIFA on Algorand. All that shit. It's all exciting. How's the stock market doing an hour later? Let's just look at that real quick. I won't even share the screen. I'm just going to check it out. Yeah, it's doing good. So the Dow is over. It's almost 1100 now. And then the S&P 500 is outperforming that, up 175 points. And the NASDAQ is outperforming that, up almost 700 points. So old Loeb that dumped all his Mag 7 is feeling the pain right now. We all know he's playing a game. He probably did the opposite. What is this? Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is delivering the keynote address to the Institute of International Finance in Washington, D.C. After his speech, Bessent is to sit down for a talk with CEO Tim Adams, who previously served as undersecretary. Bessent's speech comes as Trump administration is reportedly weighing cutting steep tariffs on China as part of trade negotiations. All right. Well, good luck, U.S. So far, so good. Let's go. All right, folks. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.